Karen Bonifilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Welcome back, everyone. So glad to have you back again. And as always, I have a special treat for you, someone you haven't seen before. And this is Kathleen Farris. Want to say
Hey,
hi to everybody, Kathleen?
hey, everybody. So happy to be here and join this community.
I'm glad. Oh, sorry, I just forgot to do something over here. I think I did it, Kelly. It says I'm live. Sorry, technical difficulties, you guys. Anyway, Kathleen, I'm sorry. Um, Kathleen and I met a long time ago when well, it's not really that long, but when I first started doing podcasting. And I'm glad to have her back on my channel. Hello, Vivian. And Kathleen, I'd love you to tell about yourself. May I interject one thing? Guys, I can't chat anymore with you on the sidebar, which really makes me sad, but I'll just do it out loud from now on. Okay, so Kathleen, tell us who you are because they don't know you.
Well, thank you, Karen. It's an honor to be working with you today. I'm Kathleen Farris. I'm a spiritual medium. I'm a spiritualist reverend, a psychic. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I teach both medium mystic development as well as psychic development and Reiki. I'm coming to you from Western Massachusetts, where it's a beautiful, sunny but cool day today. We love that kind of weather around here. And I've been training as a medium, as a psychic since 2016. Started with Reiki back in 2014, 2015. And that Reiki 2 attunement kind of opened up a lot of the channels mediumistically that I'd closed down as a child. So that was a wild ride, and really started developing with Mavis Patilla and some of the folks from Arthur Findlay College and that realm of development. And I've been working really steadily ever since 2016. So it's an honor to kind of serve both worlds and be an ambassador of sorts to bring healing between the two worlds.
You did that so well. You really did. I would have had to put like tons of pauses in there to think about what I was going to say. And Kathleen, didn't you kind of turn off your gifts when you were growing up and kind of ignore them and such?
Yes, so I was born mediumistic. I didn't have any of that amnesia and would think talk was the way my little kid brain would call it to the folks in the spirit world. And they would keep me safe. They'd give me input about, what is this thing called preschool that they've just dropped me off at. Back in the 70s, there wasn't a lot of hand holding or gentle parenting. They didn't tell you things. They just kind of slowed the car down and rolled you out. So, the folks in the spirit world really helped me to cope with day-to-day life. And then as I got a little bit older, I found that not everybody was seeing all of the folks in the spirit world that I was. So I found out I was a little bit more of a weirdo than I was originally banking on. And then about the age of 12, I was very fearful based on my Catholicism. And so I started to put up kind of mud bricks and stones and putting all the blocks and barriers up that I could muster and just put 100% of me into my Catholicism. So still have a great love of Catholicism, but I've kind of branched out past it to be more of an omnist, which is why I'm a reverend in the spiritualist church. So that's kind of warm and welcoming of all traditions.
Yeah, I know you don't just do one thing. You just like fireworks. And Lynn Juno is on the feed with us, and we were talking about spiritualistic churches today. And so I wanted to find out about that. So, guys, the way this is going to go today, we always accommodate the guests and make it easy and try to get to as many people as we can. And I'm keeping track, and I already got somebody written down. We are not doing psychic per se or medium. She will be drawing cards and giving you guidance that way through the heavenly realms and through your heavenly team. Are you using tarot cards or?
I've got oracle cards, and that would be kind of psychic, so kind of soul to soul with the person asking the question. Yeah.
Okay, I've got you down, and then we got kind of a nice little thing to say at the end that she's doing too. She's got some exciting things going. Okay, so hey Vivian, good to see everybody. I'm sorry I can't chat with you. It really bothers me. So, Virginia Dawn, we're going to start with you, Virginia, and she would like a card pulled and see what psychic message she gets.
All right, Virginia, I'm doing 3 cards right at the moment. So I've got 3 cards for you. Yes, they are the Angel Tarot deck from Doreen Virtue, but she's now kind of left and gone into a more religious side. So anyway, I've got these 3 cards for Virginia, right? I've got this ego card talking about how you often downplay your own strengths and your own capacities. You don't necessarily give yourself enough credit for all the good that you do and all of the cognitive processing that you go through every day, love. So this is just kind of validating that you can take a little bit of a mental break, take a deep breath, have a glass of tea, coffee, whatever is helpful to you. The Ace of Earth is just talking about you're stepping into a chapter right now where there's so much more abundance on its way to you. And in this earthly realm, that's talking about good people, good food, good money, all those types of things. So we're looking at abundance coming in on all angles for you. And then I've got this 8 of Fire, which is just talking about kind of buckle up, because as all of these opportunities come to you, it'll be happening very quickly and things will be progressing really quickly forward for you. So hang in there, enjoy the ride, but this is all going to be very positive for you, love.
Oh, Virginia, that's beautiful. Also, if you're watching on Instagram, I don't know if you can comment. So if you want to jump over here to Facebook or to YouTube, you can comment and we can we can give you a reading also. And you are welcome, Virginia. Okay, Anna Iva would love to know what
All
you have
right.
to tell her.
Anna, I've got this renewal card here just talking about how you've kind of been going through cycles lately where things don't seem to ever move forward and you don't get traction under your feet, if that makes sense. But we're really moving into a chapter where that forward progression and that forward progress is absolutely going to take hold and allow you to move forward in steps and in ways that you've just felt a bit held back in recent months or even years. This King of Water is just saying you generally open your heart and soul to help people and to do things for others. And with this, you're going to start to see some payback, so to speak, in a positive way from the universe. And that's what the Ace of Fire here is validating, that you're going to start to see the positive results, see the growth, see the healing, but also have people around you starting to recognize how much you're contributing on the day-to-day. So it just looks to me like you're a salt of the earth kind of person who does good things without necessarily expecting anybody to notice it or do it in return. And the cards are saying it's moving forward in ways now that you're going to be really happy with. So thank you.
Kathleen, how can you talk so fast? That's so cool. I want to tell you, Virginia, the one that you read for first, she says, yes, all the time. I need it, and oh my, I need them. So good validation there. Okay, next on the list is Erica Burt.
All right, Erica.
Sorry.
Are we okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get names down as we go along.
All right, love. I don't want to go too fast and put screws into your well-oiled machine, love. Erica, I've got here this King of Air, which is really talking about you've been holding your tongue lately and not necessarily speaking up about things that are perhaps not flowing well for you, or relationships where you're not getting the communication in the way that you need to receive it. So, Erica, it just feels to me like with this, it's a time for you to start to be really crystal clear in your communication with people and not necessarily sugarcoat things for other people's egos or their sensitivities. You know, obviously we don't want to be fresh or rude or mean or nasty, which you aren't, Erica, but I'm just saying it's a little bit of a time to be a little more direct. Maybe express to people how you want to receive love from them, lay it out. I chuckle about printing out bullet points and handing them out to the people in my life. So you may find that there's some sort of a way to add in that communication. And then I've got this Emperor card popping up talking about organization and logic, and the way that you structure your day-to-day world is really so well put together. There's a strong foundation as far as how you think through things and how you move forward. So this is just saying that as you move forward with that solid foundation, having better communication coming into you, the 10 of Earth is saying we should have very happy life with family, with friends, with finances, and being able to start to see a little bit of the joy in your day-to-day life without having to look too hard for it. So I hope that helps today.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I'm still having a problem with that Instagram thing. You have a fan here too, Kathleen. Now I lost her. Kelly Krug is here. So I just want to let you know that Kelly's here. Yeah.
Kelly is a colleague of mine in the Mavis Patilla organization. We're both certified to carry Mavis Patilla's teachings and philosophies out to the world. So Kelly's a beautiful colleague of mine.
Oh, Kelly, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay, that's nice. We love our fan club, don't we? Okay, Vivian in Hawaii, my pina colada drinking friend. Yeah, what do you have for Miss Vivian?
All right. Well, I want to just kind of throw the shaka up. And I was actually just reading a little bit of a biography about the gentleman whose fingers were unfortunately impacted in a sugarcane incident where that hand gesture originated from. So I was just reading about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So yes, it was a gentleman. I believe his name was Hamara Kalili, if I say that right. And he lost the tops of 3 fingers in a sugarcane processing plant. And so they put him into a security position, and he was supposed to keep local kids off of the trains. But if he waved a certain way, it meant, come on the train, you're safe. And if he waved another way, it meant, no, don't come, it's not safe.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, I'm a history buff. I love to dive in and learn new things. So just kind of sharing that with everybody. So Vivian, I have to say to you, you have this desire in your day-to-day life to not only have peace for yourself, but to bring peace, contentment. You're a bit of an oasis of peace for people. You just want to put this place together where people feel safe in your company. You want to help sort out their problems for them. And it just feels to me like this brings you a great deal of joy and contentment. So I think we're going to continue forward with all of that, love. And this life experience card is just talking about big monumental events on the horizon for you. So new relationships, new friendships, marriages, births within the family, those types of big experiences, perhaps moving to a new home, big things. So it looks like we've got some happy occasions on the horizon for you. And that comes again with the 6, which is funny, 6 of water. I always do the hands this way because it talks about feeling really happy in your emotional state about what's going on in your life. So just feels to me like a lot of happiness, and not just because you're lucky, but because you put so much of that out into the world, Vivian.
She's a pure treasure. She really is. And Kelly, thank you for the nice things you said about my show. Yeah, appreciate that. Are you doing okay there, Kathleen?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. And you got 2 teachers here, you guys. We're both educators. Yeah. You're welcome, Vivian. And Lynn Juno. I was talking to Lynn Juno at 11 o'clock for a pre-recorded event, and she's just fabulous. So she would love to hear anything that you have to say.
All right, Lynn. So, I did just put new cards down. I didn't even realize I'd put new cards down. I was so busy listening to Karen. You're an enigma, Karen. You drew me right in. All right, Lynn. I've got this 4 of Earth card for you, Lynn, which is really just talking about how you can often kind of vacillate between being very concerned about numbers and then, budget be darned. And I'd have to say, I think in your mind, you can vacillate back and forth that way, but you always land in the place of what makes sense and what is best for yourself and the people around you that matter. So the 4 of Earth is just validating some of that back and forth, but how you land where you need to land, right? Then the Page of Air is just saying to you that anytime you run into a cognitive conundrum, you work your way through it really beautifully. So you might go to the far right with a suggestion in your own head, or a far left. You might consult people that give you ridiculously different ideas. But again, you always land in the middle of what's just right for you, or for the people that you're looking out for. I'd have to say, as we're going forward, this Two of Earth is talking about things really settling down and being less frenetic, less hectic, less busy all around you. And it feels to me like with this, you're going to be able to be more playful, more at ease, start to schedule in some little fun, I want to say like journeys or jaunts out in the world, just some fun that you're kind of in need of with all of the heavy lifting you're doing cognitively lately.
She gets that about the money.
Good.
Lynn, Lynn is like the Energizer Bunny. She just keeps going and going and going and going. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Next on the book is Christine. Oh, and if I say your name wrong, just give me grace. Okay, please. Christine Marion. I'm not sure how to say it.
Okay.
Christine. Yeah.
Christine works for me. I've got to say, Christine, this 10 of Fire is really talking about there being a whole lot of work that you've been focusing in on in recent times. And it feels to me like this is a mix of you looking to make strategic improvements in your day-to-day life, perhaps with the work world or your home setting. But it also looks to me like it could be with your own intuitive development. So I do think there's been a whole lot going on for you on the soul level, where you're busy trying to make progress and make things happening. And it feels to me with this Justice card that you're going to start seeing really beautiful balance happening, where you may have a bit of a big intuitive jump, and then all of a sudden things settle down in another facet of life. And in that, I'd have to say, I think you're going to feel a lot more relaxed in your own skin. Your mind is going to feel a whole lot more relaxed. But also, I want to talk about you being able to kind of grab the golden ring and start to really feel very much in charge of your day-to-day decisions and scheduling. The Four of Water adds in that you've got this solid foundation on an emotional level to be able to handle whatever life throws at you. But I think we've gotten exhausted from that in years past. And this looks to me like we've got smooth waters ahead, smooth healing ahead. So it feels to me like we'll settle these things down and then get you moving forward in ways where you're really able to relax, feel comfortable in your own skin, and then absolutely take it wherever you want to make it.
Take it wherever you want to make it. I like that. That's really cool. And I like that you call people love.
Sorry, that's a bit
No.
that's a bit of the kindergarten teacher in me.
Oh, no, do that. I think I'm going to start doing that. I do. I want to say hi to everybody that's come on. Hi, Arnie. Hi, Miss Shelley. We're going to try to get to all of you, and I am keeping track. Hey, Nancy, welcome to the show. You're going to be on shortly, my friend. Maggie McLean, please, would love a card.
All right, Maggie. Well, I've got to say, Maggie, I just feel like you've been up against, I want to say, this never-ending to-do list. It just feels to me like you're a list maker, and as you make these lists, we get 5 or 10 things, and then we add 5 or 10 more before lunch. And then we're adding more, and we're adding more. So the Six of Fire is really talking about things kind of settling down, like harmony coming in ways that you haven't had recently, as far as what can you handle, what can you process, and where can we perhaps say peace out to some of the responsibilities and have some fun. And the 10 of Air is jumping in to say we've got the endings of some of the difficulties, which open up into new beginnings and into new opportunities for you. So it feels to me like we're going to see new people, new ideas, perhaps even some side hustles or self-employment opportunities coming up for you. And that looks to me like with this 9 of Fire, as long as you don't give up, you're going to be very successful with it and start to really see that momentum happening, where the lists get shorter and the feeling of stress and pressure are absolutely lessening. But then also with this 9 of Fire saying, don't give up. Keep moving forward, because you will see victory in that. So it's
Oh.
going to be beautiful as you go forward.
Hey, Kathleen, can I just see one of the cards? I'm so visual. I'd love to see one.
Sure. This is the Six of
Go-
Fire.
Okay, that's pretty.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like to see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, for sure.
And welcome everybody who's coming. And I've got my list here. I'm keeping a list and checking it twice. Okay, this is what I wrote down. Atlas reading. Would like cards pulled.
All righty, Atlas. Got it. Okay, so Atlas, I have to say, it feels to me that we've been persevering through all kinds of different twists and turns. It feels to me, Atlas, that things sometimes go a bit sideways, but it's not because of you. It's not due to your lack of effort or you doing the wrong thing. It's circumstances beyond your control that just slow you down. This Sun card is just saying to you that we're going to be seeing happier outcomes and things lining up better for you as you go forward. And it feels to me that with this, it'll almost be like the sun's on your face as you're walking forward into new opportunities. Now, the Page of Water is adding in that we're going to be adding new people to your world, and sometimes that can be an intimate partner, but it also feels to me like work collaborations or friendships will be expanding as well. So deepening of relationships is right on the horizon for you. And once we've got that beautiful, I want to say, network of people around you, it feels to me that you've got this opportunity to build from there. And then we've got the Page of Fire coming in, talking about new growth on the soul level with your own intuitiveness.
That's beautiful.
Name is Erica for Atlas there. Love it. But this Page of Fire backs up to the Page of Water, talking about new beginnings. And if you need a measurement because you're a bit cerebral like me, I always say if I'm 60% terrified and 40% excited, I have to do it. So this is my first live that I'm doing, and I'm 60% terrified and 40% excited. So I think, Erica, you'll find that that's where you're headed into, is new opportunities, new growth, but also new people coming in.
You know, I wasn't going to tell, but this is her first life. She's not a virgin anymore. And I'm so glad she did it with me. Okay. Valencia. I hope I said it right. Quiet, puppy. Right. Valencia Stag.
All right, Valencia. Thank you for being here. I've got a Six of Air here, just talking about things really starting to settle down in your mind's eye, where you're not hemming and hawing and going back over recent decisions and then going all the way back into your childhood and spinning around and around with, was it enough? Was it not enough? All of that. And then I've got this Moon card just validating that you do have a beautiful intuitiveness built into you. And I think what this is saying to you is that the more you can lean into your intuitiveness, the less that conscious mind has the chance to spin around and around and around. If you've not heard about it before, I'd really dive into this idea. And I'm not one to tell you what you should do. I'll just tell you one thing you can do. You can certainly think about using your physical body as a pendulum. And I would say if you want to try it, just try it standing up, release some of the tension from the shoulders and neck, and then ask your soul, what's a yes for us? And you might find that you're leaning forward gently or back, to the right, to the left, anything like that. Once you know what your yes is, then say, okay, was that a stroke? No, okay, let's try what's a no. And it should be an opposite movement. I think once you can trust your intuition to help give you a second opinion, you're never going to put yourself through all of that rigmarole in your head, back and forth and back and forth. Then I've got this Eight of Earth saying that skilled work is rewarded. And it feels to me that with this, Valencia, you're going to start to see real momentum in the work world, or if you've got a side hustle, I just feel like you're very creative. So if you're creating things that you're putting out on Etsy or that type of thing, looks to me like we'll gain traction really beautifully and start to really enjoy that. So I think you're off to the races. As soon as you find the right thing that allows you to talk with your soul, I think you're going to find that you're never second guessing it or overthinking it again.
I do want you to know, Kathleen, you're getting a lot of thank yous and everything else. People wouldn't know this was your first live and that you're doing a really good job.
No, thank you.
And my list is very long, but man, she's quick. Dang, I can't even think that fast. Okay. Seriously. Um, and Kelly, I'm trying to do what you're telling me to do, but it's hard. Okay, so June is the next person who's up.
All right, June. So I have to say, linking in kind of with the auric field of you, I've got this Queen of Air here, just validating, June, that you're quite objective in your decision making. And I'd have to say, June, I think you're really a huge asset for the people in your circles, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, whoever it is. I think you're really a beautiful problem solver, troubleshooter, but also connector. So if somebody needs a carpenter, you've got somebody. If somebody needs a doctor, you've got somebody. So June, I've just got to say, this Queen of Air is just validating that you bring people together, you bring people and solutions together, and you do it with a beautiful kind of objective way. This star card is just saying to you that as you continue to move forward, continue following your inner compass, your North Star, because you're never going to go wrong, even if you meet the occasional one or two people who kind of do a raised eyebrow at you, like, oh, those kinds of faces. So don't worry about those folks. Stay tight in this space of knowing who you are and knowing what you bring to every room and every table you step into. And then we've got this Two of Water card here, just talking to you about relationships that continue to grow and expand and get, I want to say, more fulfilling, more communicative, and even better. And I think these, again, can be friendships, neighbors, colleagues, family. It just feels to me like as you're moving forward, there's so much laughter to be had with the people around you and in new and different settings, new and different opportunities. So I'd say enjoy all of this. But don't forget to kind of turn off the mind at times and stop trying to bring people together, stop trying to fix everything, and just have some fun.
Kathleen, would you explain about using your body like a pendulum? Please?
Sure. So if we were to use, say, a swinging pendulum, and I'm going to make it go a certain direction, right? If that's yes, then it should swing that way for no, right? And so I have girlfriends who carry them around inside their bra. They'll pull them out in the middle of Walmart and test, should I get the pinnacle or the Sudafed or this or that? Not my bag of tea. I've worked store security before. I don't want to be patted down, right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I am single, but in that case, you don't necessarily want to be carrying a tool around with you. And if you can just be standing up and say, okay, I feel like I should do this live with Karen. Should I do it? Yes. Okay, great. Will anything bad happen? No. Will it go all right? Yes. Anything catastrophic happening? No. Okay. So you just start to figure out what your movement is. Is it forward for yes and backward for no? Is it right for yes, left for no? Is it a certain wibble wobble? Whatever it is. And if you're particularly cerebral or an overthinker, I'm the president of the Overthinker Club, you can put in a control question for yourself. So the 5-year-old in me would love a big multi-scoop sundae from Friendly's with hot fudge and melted marshmallow syrup and whipped cream and more hot fudge and some sprinkles or Jimmy's, depending on where you come from. Now that I've hit a certain age, that kind of a sundae will put me out of commission for several days. So if I use that control question and say, can I have that big sundae, and get a no, I know I'm listening to my soul versus my conscious mind and just telling myself what I want to hear. So you can put in a control question, and then you can actually have adventures with it. I have a mediumistic friend who used to live in New York City, and she'd walk out the door and ask her soul, should I go right or left? And she'd go on journeys. So she would end up in all kinds of fun neighborhoods and boroughs and all kinds of fun. I use it because I have 20-somethings in the house, and I'll get a text at 8 a.m. saying, Ma, I need meds. And despite my frequent texts saying, what kind of meds? 12 hours later, there's no response. And we all know they're surgically attached to the phones. So I'll stop at a Walgreens, a Walmart, a CVS, whatever it is, and I'll ask my soul. And I don't talk out loud because my soul can hear my thoughts. As I walk in, I'll stop at an end cap and say, am I going to the far right? No. Am I going to the middle of the store? Am I going towards the left? Yeah, I'm going to head to the left. And I'll find another end cap and look at something else and say, am I going to the right? No. To the left? Yes. Okay. Is it on the top shelf, the middle shelf, the bottom shelf, top shelf? Okay. And then I get there and then I have the right things. And then the child at home says, oh gosh, how did you know?
I'm going to be doing that all the time now. I forgot about that. I learned about that years ago. I forgot all about it. Oh, and sorry, Kelly wants you to know that you're killing it on your first live. I told you she's the best. You would never know it's her first live. And I agree with you, Kelly. And I might be getting a hold of you, girl, just so you know. We got Nancy Muratella. If you can pull some cards for Nancy, she would be most grateful.
Great. All right, Nancy. Well, I have to say to you, we've got this 5 of Earth talking to you, Nancy, about there being some peaks and valleys as far as finances go, or perhaps the need for a pay increase, or if you're on like a certain budgeted income. Obviously, inflation is rising ahead of that. So it's just kind of validating that there are some financial undercurrents going on for you that are about to be easing up and getting better. And I've got the 7 of Air validating that it's about to be getting better for you, Nancy. So this is just saying to you, like, stay focused on what your plan is, stay focused on what the goals are. And then as you go forward with those plans and goals, watch for things to start to fall into place, almost like puzzle pieces. And then as you're going forward from that, we've got the wheel, which is often called the Wheel of Fortune in some decks. That's just saying we've got so much positivity coming that you're going to be rolling forward in ways that are really so exciting and so fulfilling and unexpected. So looks to me like we're going to be seeing a lot of beautiful forward momentum for you. And I want to say personally, professionally, with family, with friends, with home, with pets, just all across the board. So hang in there, Nancy. It's all moving forward.
Oh, Nancy, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that's just so beautiful. So, Vivian, I'm coming. I'm going to come visit you. And yeah, we are going to drink pina coladas, just so you know.
I'll chaperone.
You can come too, Kathleen. She's in Hawaii.
I don't mind.
Okay. Carmen is next. And I have all your names, you guys. That's the teacher in me. And I check them off after I do it.
Great.
And I think she's going to get to everybody today. You're killing it. You really are.
All right, Carmen, here we go, love. I've got this 10 of water coming in for you. And when I think about 10, I think about my hands being full. So I've got to say, I think emotionally your hands are full. You've got a lot of good people, a lot of good opportunities to be laughing and footloose, fancy free, a lot of great opportunities also to be a bit of a counselor, therapist, healer type of a vibe. So Carmen, I've got to say, I think you're often very busy in this emotional realm, but I also think you absolutely love it. So I wouldn't say stop. I think you've just got to make sure you keep your boundaries a bit so that you're not running yourself into exhaustion or depleting your energy too far. But this Queen of Fire is jumping in to say to you that you're ready to stretch your wings and fly in different areas. So, Carmen, I would just throw the question at you, and I don't need you to answer it in the chat. It's more rhetorical. But where have you been feeling led to pursue some new opportunities? Where have you been feeling like I should start this? I want to write my autobiography. I want to start this merchandise. I want to start the Etsy shop, whatever it is. It feels to me, Carmen, like we're getting ready to spread the wings and fly. And then this Ace of Air is just talking about having even more new ideas. So as you start one thought process towards what you're doing, a new idea comes, and now we've got 2 or 3 branches off of that first idea. And it looks to me like this process will continue to evolve and grow as far and as long as you're looking for it to do. So if you feel like, oh gosh, I just want to be busy for 3 years, 5 years, whatever, absolutely use your free will. But I'd also say if that then leads you to another book, and now it's going to go from an adult to a child's book or a junior, what do they call those, young adults? I just feel like you can be writing books and putting out information that'll help people all across the board. So I think you're going to be busy, but really fulfilled and really happy.
Wow. That book comment hit home. Yeah, we're gonna all come to Hawaii, Vivian. And you guys, I can't chat on this live because I'm going to Instagram and I really miss chatting with you. So just know that. Okay. Charlene Shaz.
All right, Charlene.
Charlene.
So we rhyme, Charlene, Kathleen. So my first card here is Awakening, and it looks to me that there's a lot, I want to say a lot of dust being shaken off of you. Not that you're dusty or anything. I'm not insulting you. This is figurative. But I think the dust is falling away, giving you clarity as far as what you're seeing for yourself and the people closest to you. In that, Charlene, I think you're going to see the Six of Earth popping in to be important to you, to talk about gifts of money, gifts of time, gifts of effort. So people showing up to help you out. Like, let's say you're moving houses and you're worried about having to do it all alone. Watch for there to be people showing up that want to help you carry the heavy furniture and bring it to the storage unit or whatever it might be. But it looks to me that as you are opening up your own faculties and understanding yourself and letting people help you, this Five of Air is just saying to you that we're not going to be running into these brick walls in our minds anymore. We're not going to be feeling like, well, I could do that, but I can't do it. And I want this, but I can't get to it. Those brick walls are slowly breaking down, and you're going to be able to see over them very quickly in order to start moving yourself in the directions that feel best for you. So I'd say hang in there. There's a lot afoot at the moment, and it's all really positive. You can control some of the speed of that with your free will decisions, so don't feel victimized or like, oh gosh, how do I? Deep breaths, come into that trusting of your own intuition, your own soul, and let it lead the way.
Well, that was beautiful. Okay, Charlene. We have Nikki next. Nikki Sauce.
All right. Okay, I'm going to show my 80s and be like,
I'm going to count how many you've done. What are you doing? What are we doing?
Oh, Nikki, you're so fine. You're so fine.
You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki.
I'm showing off my 80s.
I tell you get older people here. We're fun.
Gen X. So, Nikki, I've got to say to you, I've got this High Priestess card jumping in to talk first. And I'd have to say, I think it's very reflective of who you've been this whole lifetime thus far. I think you were a child that was very emotionally mature. I think you were a child that had not just intelligence and common sense, but also the intuitiveness about you. And it feels to me that you use all three of those facets in how you walk through your day-to-day life. So I think you are this incarnation of the High Priestess. And I'd have to say, as we go next to this Three of Water, it's talking about celebrations. So weddings, graduations, births, happy occasions. But also it's kind of leading into, we can start to balance fun with our service to others. So it doesn't just have to be you as this High Priestess kind of blessing people and solving problems and bringing them, closer to their eventual iterations of themselves, like growing people everywhere you go. You can also kind of cut loose, have a little bit of fun, do a limbo or the YMCA on a dance floor, whatever it is that you'd like to do. And then Three of Waters backed up with the Three of Earth. So talking about how creative you are in your day-to-day living, and this being an opportunity for you to start to lay out short-term and long-term little bullet points of what you'd like to manifest. And we're especially in a really great time. I think we just had the blue moon last night, wasn't it? I feel like it was a blue moon last night. So I should disclose, I am hard of hearing, and I do use sign in my work and in my life. So I'm using applause and ASL. It just comes out of my hands are moving. I'm like, oh, is that me? So sorry, that was applause for you, Nikki. I think
this is applause?
Yeah, it's just moving the hands.
We're going to do that, you guys, applause.
So the Three of Earth is just saying you can start to lay out short-term and long-term goals or manifestation points that you're looking for. And then watch as you're very high quality. You've got these standards that are top-notch. You've got a beautiful ethical moral compass that never wavers. You're going to see all of those goals being hit and that development happening. So I'm excited about all of that, Nikki. Have fun.
Really. Hey guys, how many people, and you can guess too, Kathleen, how many people do you think she's read for so far? Everybody take a guess in their mind. Okay, Kathleen, I'm going to ask you, how many do you think you've read for?
Well, I could cheat and count each stack of cards.
No, don't you dare. No cheating.
Maybe 12.
14.
Oh, okay. Not too far off.
That's really good.
Someone said 200. That's funny. Oh, typo, 20. Okay.
Oh, Mish, you really have high hopes. 30 was a good one. Very funny, Heidi. She's guessing 14 because she heard my answer. And welcome, Michael. Good to have you here. Heidi, you are a bad, bad girl. Okay, Arnie, your turn. Arnie's up.
All right. So great, Arnie. We've got this Three of Air here for you, Arnie. And I'd have to say, I think we've gone through a little chapter of time just recently where things were heavy, things were a lot on your mind, a lot on your head and shoulders, a lot on your heart. So this Three of Air is just validating that you've gone through this period of maybe deep reflection or deep self-reflection. But you've got this Magician card saying you've got this magic wand in your hand and you've got this opportunity now to kind of create the life you want. So I'd have to say, as you are moving forward from today into tomorrow and the next few months, trust that that magic wand is in your hand and you're able to call the shots and build what you want to build. Distance yourself from people or circumstances or events that just don't vibe with you anymore, and let go of some of that. I could do this. I should do that. I have to do this. The guilt will kill me if I don't do that. I'd say, Arnie, let some of that go. And then we've got here this Knight of Earth card, which is really talking about as you are buckling down and moving forward with this and really taking action with it. You're not going to just be honoring commitments. You're going to really be opening doors for yourself, Arnie, where you've got new opportunities. You find yourself in, I want to say, higher caliber rooms that you're walking into. And Arnie, I don't know if you know this, love, but I have to say to you, people mention your name in rooms you've never walked into. So there's a great deal of people referring you and talking about you in positive ways that are going to be opening up more doors. So just trust that you've got that magic wand. I've got one from Harry Potter World at Universal. So you can maybe find something cute or a straw or whatever it may be, and just look at how this is going to work out for you to really move forward into chapters of life that feel really very positive and very progressive for you.
That's pretty cool. That's a really nice reading, Arnie. Really nice. Okay, Heidi, I apologize. She had guessed 14 before I said 14. So she was spot on.
Way to go.
You have a 3-foot staff next to you? That's a big wand. I'm bringing out my wand. I have a wand too. I'm going to start bringing it out on the lives. Okay, next is, Miss Shelley.
Awesome. So, Michelle, we are starting off with this King of Fire here, and it's really talking about your ability to not just focus in on the macro and then diving down into the micro, but your ability to then communicate and be a bit of a leader. So you can communicate with vision, you can get a whole team of people doing what needs to be done and kind of make sure everybody's rowing in the same direction. I think sometimes that's going to be a bit of a headache for you, Michelle, but I think you're really good at it. So it feels to me that as you're moving forward, the Strength card is just talking about your ability then to start to make those kind of pillars that you build the rest of your future upon. So instead of just feeling like, well, yeah, I can do it, it's like, I can do it, and here's how I monetize it, or here's how I make my day-to-day life better because of it. And the Strength card is also talking about This is hard for us to do sometimes, is to look at yourself, Michelle, with some forgiveness, some compassion, some grace.
Ooh.
Because you hold yourself to a really high standard. And I know you knock it off the charts every day. You cross the list off and I want to say you meet expectations. No, you meet people's needs and you exceed their expectations is, I guess, the way that I should say that to you. But this strength card is also saying it's absolutely okay to give yourself some grace, some compassion. And then we've got the Queen of Water card here, which is also talking about relationships around you starting to reflect back all of the heavy lifting you've done to make sure everybody around you is okay. We're going to start to see that mirrored back to you, where folks show up to support you. They show up to surprise you. They're really looking at taking as good a care of you as you take of them. So it looks to me like very soul-filling work. Yeah.
Very beautiful. And your work. You're welcome, Miss Shelley, with your little mushroom hat. I love it. Okay. Kathleen Connor.
All right, another Kathleen. We shall take over this live.
I don't know. Your friend's doing a pretty good job of that too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So Kathleen, for you, love, I've got the Seven of Earth starting off this reading for you. Just talking about you've planted seeds, and I want to say you're very intentional. You're very clear-headed in what parts of your life you are tending to, as if we're using this garden as an analogy. You're putting your energy into this garden and tending to what you know will grow and blossom and be really good for you, while weeding out and kind of putting the weed preventer stuff over it. Probably not the best analogy for somebody who hasn't gardened recently. But the Seven of Earth is talking about the seeds being well planted, and that you're going to start to see the blooming, the blossoming of what you've been planting. So instead of sitting and just waiting and saying, when will it happen? When will it happen? This is the time where we should start to see objectively things moving forward for you. And we've got this Knight of Air card popping up next to say that events are going to be moving forward for you very quickly at times. So find your way of holding your guts together, holding your patience, your calm, your grace. Like, just hold yourself together. Be like, okay, I have to make this decision, and it's all happening today. Deep breaths, maybe use that body pendulum if that works for you, your own card deck, whatever it may be, to help you make decisions that quickly. But then we've got this Nine of Water saying your dreams are about to come true, darling. So we're going to be seeing movement forward, and then it's like, the cherubim and the seraphim will be kind of blowing the trumpets alongside you as you're moving through your day-to-day life. And it feels for me like with this, it's a long time coming. So I want to say, like, just let people clap for you, let people celebrate you. But also it's okay for you to take stock and say, oh my gosh, look at all of this that I've dreamed about, that I've worked hard for, and now it's finally coming to fruition.
Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. Okay, my friend Janice Ray is on Instagram. Jan, I'm so happy you're here, Jan Meyer. Will you please pull for my friend Janice Ray?
Sure, absolutely.
Forever.
Well, you're only 25, so it can't be that far back.
You're my kids.
It's magic. It's that new wave math they're doing. So first up, I've got this Two of Fire, love, that really talks about, you've gone through, I want to say, twists and turns over the course of your years where you had to be more cerebral, and then other times you could be a little more relaxed and a little more intuitive. But this Two of Fire is just talking about you're really coming into your own as far as having that balance built in, whether it's a big decision or what to pick off the menu. You're really in a space to be able to make good decisions. And it's also alluding to new partnerships, new friendships, new people coming up on the radar that are going to fuel your soul. So it looks like a lot of fun here. Next, we've got this Eight of Air, which is really talking about how anytime you have to make big decisions, you can sit and lay it out very objectively, very calm, cool, collected. And then you can say, this is right, this is my second choice, this is my third choice, and move forward. in all of that, I think you do with this Hermit card, I think you sometimes need time alone to make those decisions or to lay out how we're going to take over the world. But I have to say, as you're going forward, I think this Hermit card is really alluding to this ability to be busy and then sit with our feet up and watch the sunset or sunrise, and really enjoy quiet times. I want to get you into nature. I just feel like nature really refuels you. So whether it's the mountains one month and the ocean the next, or river the next, I'd say lean into where that hermit side feels really safe and comfortable hanging out for an hour or two and just letting nature refuel your battery cells. Because I'd have to say you are someone who gives 110% for every single hour that an event is going on. You'll be there ahead to help prep. You'll stay late to help clean up. And then you just expect that you're going to get right up the next day as if you didn't put all that effort and energy out. So I think the Hermit card's coming in to just wink at you to say it's okay to put your feet up, love. It's okay to take a break, have a dinner, a lunch, a breakfast out, whatever it is that's going to refuel your battery cells.
Well, Kathleen, you are a virgin, and this is your first live, and I believe that is my friend Jan's first reading ever, too.
Oh, wow.
So that was nice. I got confused. Did we read for Geraldine yet?
No.
Hi, Jennifer. Okay, Geraldine's next. Hi, Jennifer.
Awesome. Okay, so Jennifer, I've got to say to you, this page of Earth is talking about
Jennifer or Geraldine.
Oh, Geraldine. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. Geraldine, and you said Jennifer, and my pea brain grabbed hold of it. Sorry, Jennifer, and sorry, Geraldine. Geraldine, this is your card, love. This is Page of Earth talking about good news on the financial front of things. So it looks to me like we should find little, I want to say bags of gold. Now, do not say that I told you to, put the mortgage payment on the horses or anything like that. But look for little opportunities where, you might be gifted like a little scratch off ticket and it's got $200 winner, that type of thing. So please don't bet the important money, but watch for little bags of gold to be handed to you as you're moving forward, love. Now, the Three of Fire is interesting coming behind it because right in the next word here, it's saying abundance with an exclamation point. So I think you're going to see an abundance coming to you where life is feeling very settled. It's feeling very fulfilled. People that you're interacting with are giving you back the same energy you put out. Because Geraldine, you're another one who gives far more than you ever expect anybody to give back to you, love. So I'd have to say, watch for people to meet your energy, meet your styles. And I just feel like you're a reader, Geraldine. I think you love to read novels. And it feels to me like with this, we should be in some sort of a book club or some sort of a book swap where we can start to kind of share resources and not need to go out and buy anything. But then we've got this Dreamer card popping up behind you there, and it's just talking about being able to kind of follow dreams and start to do things that you're really interested in doing. I do think there are some locations you're looking to travel to. So I would say, Geraldine, maybe some of the reading might be about these locations, but I do think there's going to be travel in the near future for you. Certainly, make sure we can get through customs and back and forth and look at all of the rigmarole that's going on out in the world before you leave the country that you live in. But then it feels to me like, you can have a great deal of fun traveling the world as well as kind of having this abundance continue to roll in for you.
Okay, beautiful. You okay, young lady?
Me? Ooh,
yeah. Okay.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of talking. I mean, I know you're a teacher, so a lot of talking. Julie Suzanne.
Gotcha. All right. So I've got to say, love, you've got this 7 of water popping up here, which is just talking about how you make mincemeat of any complexities. You really do. You can pull them apart and get right to the root of any issue. And it feels to me that this is something you've been doing since you were a very young child. But it also feels to me that you can carry the emotions that other people have as you've talked to them, even though you've sorted them out and gotten them onto a better path. it feels to me like you can sometimes be carrying their angst or their worry or their fear. So this 9 of Earth right behind it, there it is talking about letting go of any of that excess worry or fret or hand wringing that you may be doing, because you don't need to be carrying all of that, darling. And this is saying enjoy life's little luxuries, enjoy quiet time alone, enjoy this opportunity to kind of pursue passions that might be quiet. And you might go to an in-person live event. You might do something, new, like ceramics or painting or pottery, whatever it is. But it feels to me like we're going to enter into a chapter where you're really enjoying things. And then I've got this Lovers card, which it's not just always intimate partnerships. It can be friendships. It can be collegial or collaborative relationships. But this Lovers card is just talking about, as you are moving forward in life, you'll have this beautiful opportunity to pull off to the side and do things by yourself and kind of refill your own cup. You'll be able to pursue passions with people and without, but then with this Lovers card, it looks to me like we'll find, like, this is the friend that I do this activity with, and here's a different friend that I do the different activity with. So it feels to me like you'll have like a pick of who you want to hang out with and what you do with certain people, and just have a great time.
Okay. I know Kathy's amazing. And I know or Kathleen is amazing. When I put her up on Facebook again this morning, and I said, it's like Clark Kent that turns into Superman. I'm telling you, that's what it's like. You got this sweet lady and she just takes off. She's just crazy good. Okay.
Well, thank you for putting something after crazy. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, crazy. Carl called me crazy woman. I embrace that. I like a little craziness. Okay. I think I'm checking out the time here. Let's do Deborah Chapman.
And then we'll have to do Love from Bono.
Yes. And look at that list, you guys, and all the check marks. Yep.
All right.
I try to get everybody. I really do.
All right. So this next one here, we've got this 8 of Water, really talking about, you've got this desire to move forward. And it feels to me like, with what's been going on for you in the family structure, with colleagues, coworkers, family, friends, I just see you in this analogy of kind of being in a fishing net of sorts. And as you're trying to move forward, you've got all these fish just keep swimming, kind of going in different directions that are slowing down your forward momentum. So, Deborah, I'd have to say this 8 of Water is just saying you're ready to move forward. And then, as luck has it, your next card is the Chariot, saying you're going to move forward in really beautiful ways. Now, what's important, Deborah, is to know that you're holding the reins of this Chariot in your hands. So you get to decide how fast, how far, which directions, whether you do it all at once or take it in small measurable bites. So make those achievements happen, but do it in a timeline that feels best for you. You've got such gorgeous self-control. You've got such discipline. You've got such willpower. But use it now to make things happen for yourself, not just for other people. And then we've got this Ace of Water talking about all new things on this emotional level. So could be falling in love with new facets of yourself, falling in love with new friends, family, maybe a new pet, a new child being born in the family, just new love coming in left, right, and center, where you're going to see yourself as spiritually growing, more intuition, more strength behind you. And certainly it'll make your home feel different. It'll make you inside your physical body home feel different. It just looks to me like you're really ready to move forward now.
Beautiful. Kathleen, I want you to know that people want you to come back.
Oh, thank you.
and they're giving us impressive marks.
Oh,
so
thank you.
You did good for your first. Before I do my Love from Bono, Kathleen's doing something really cool. So Kelly, if we can bring that flyer up, I would thank you. Deborah, I'm glad you loved that reading, a lovely reading. Kelly, if you can bring her flyer up, she can talk a little bit about that. And then I can tell you something really cool about it too. Oh my gosh. Kelly's looking for it right now.
No worries. Technology is great when everything works on the first click.
This is true. If she doesn't come back real quick, then I will do one more reading, if that's okay. I hope it's okay, Kelly. Okay, she's not back yet, so let's do Tina.
All right, Tina. So I just shuffled my card deck, so I'm just going to pull 3 out for you here. All right, Tina, I've got to say to you, you've been plotting and planning and trying to make things happen for a while now. And it feels to me that every time you take one step forward, life seems to kind of knock you back on your keister, love. We're all done with that. So we've got the Seven of Earth saying, we're not going to be dealing with that any longer. As we're moving forward, we've got this dreamer card saying to you that you're going to be able to follow these dreams. And if it starts to feel like you've really got to take a leap of faith, I always go back to this old Indiana Jones movie where he had to try and get across this big chasm. He was in a cave system and he had to get across the chasm. And there was no path there until he put his foot down on the blank space. And then all of a sudden, that little land bridge popped up.
Yep.
So the streamer card is saying to you, don't panic if you can't see steps 1 through 374. Go ahead and take that first step. Now, I do have to say with this, I think, Tina, you can sometimes overthink it. So instead of thinking about chess, life is a chess game and I have to have all of these moves set up, move it into something much easier so that you can move into more of like a checkers game, right? So just what's one right next step? What's the next right step from there? And then we've got this 8 of Water card coming in to just say to you, as you're moving forward, you're going to really enjoy the steps. You're going to enjoy the movement forward. You're going to be moving forward in ways that are going to be really fulfilling, really happy. But also, I don't think you've even dreamed of all of the good things that are about to be coming in these next years for you.
Wow.
So,
That sounds great. I want that reading. That was really nice. Yeah, there is, Vivian, a lot of positivity. Okay, Kels, do you have that flyer up? If not, I'm just going to have Kathleen tell about it. Let's see if it pops up. Oh, here it comes. Look at this. Tell us what you're doing, Kathleen.
Sure. So there are about 15 of us that are certified to carry Mavis Patila's mediumship philosophies and teachings into the world. And the Kelly that was on earlier may be a part of this if she can get her airfare and join us. So we're doing a residential program from August 10th to the 14th in Portland, Oregon. It'll be my Virgin voyage into Oregon. And unfortunately, it's sold out, but we are looking at doing things on the East Coast as well as more throughout the U.S. And we'll be having Jean Else, who is Mavis Patila's widow. She's the CEO of the Mavis Patila Foundation or Legacy, and she'll be with us on site. We've got teachers coming from the UK and all over the US. So there'll be more of these residential opportunities. And, we're excited to continue growing the next generation of mediums.
Isn't that incredible, guys? And she's coming to Portland. And where are you? Are you Massachusetts?
I'm in Western Massachusetts, yes. And I think I saw a Tina here who was also from Western Mass. So we should meet up and have coffee or tea.
Okay, so if we can bring Bono up. But I also want to tell you something about this. She's coming to Portland, Oregon. You know, it's really cool. She's going to be about a 10-minute drive away from me. So guess who's going to go out and break bread together? Maybe have something stronger than water. Okay. Oh, are you ready for love from Bono? I am. Okay, where's that handsome man? He's coming. I know he's coming. Bono. And this picture is right after we got engaged. So that was quite some time ago. But there's my husband. Look at these two teachers stepping out into outer journeys and expanding their horizons. The heavens rejoice when you follow your heart, your path, and you listen to your higher self. So thank you, husband. I love you. Complete love to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, my dogs are going to start barking. Thank you for tuning in. Kathleen, love you. You did a fabulous job, and they want more of you. And she read for 21 people. That's a heck of a lot. A heck of a lot. So, love to you all. We'll see you in a couple weeks.